right, we're going to screen share. We're going to go to the AVL database. If I can get that out of the way to get to my browser. I can't get this out of the way. Oh, it's so annoying. Hold on. Okay. All right. I'm just going to search for Alabama Virtual Library and it'll take me right to it. College and University. And I'm going to go down to Gale, not the Gale Literary Index. That's not it. That's just an index, but Gale Literature. Okay? And I'm going to do some searching. And while I'm doing some searching, y'all, you are taking some notes. Okay? You're taking some notes. All right, I'm going to start with the Alice Walker. Okay? Walker and everyday use. Heritage and deracination in Walker's everyday use. Yes, absolutely. Fantastic source. There's one. First hit. Personal names and heritage in Alice Walker's everyday use. Absolutely. There's another one. Take it. Use it. Antagonized by the text, or it takes two to read Alice Walker's everyday use. Absolutely. Fantastic. Take it and use it. Fight versus flight, a reevaluation of D in Alice Walker's everyday use. Absolutely. Fantastic. Take it. Use it. That means you have 4 articles within the top 10 that pop up for Walker and everyday use. Don't tell me you couldn't find any. I love you. But there they are. They're right there. Now, if you don't know what deracination means, just look it up, please. Grab you a dictionary and learn a new word. There's going to be a lot of that here. Yes? Walker and, quote, everyday use, end quote. And we have one, that's the top hit, is usable. Personal names and heritage is useful. Antagonized by the text, totally usable. Fight versus flight, there's 4 of them to choose from. 1 search, 4 hits, all of them usable. Are we ready to move to the next author? All right, Amy Tan and Two Kinds. Contradiction in Culture, revisiting Amy Tan's Two Kinds, absolutely. Fantastic. Go ahead and use it. Choosing Hope and Remaking Kinship in Amy Tan's The Joy Luck Club. Absolutely fantastic. If you remember what I told you, you will remember that I told you that this story is part of a novel called The Joy Luck Club, so you can absolutely use that one. Memory and the Ethnic Self, reading Amy Tan's The Joy Luck Club, absolutely fantastic. Go ahead and use it. Only Two Kinds of Daughters, intermonologue, dialogicity in The Joy Luck Club, absolutely fantastic. We've got 4 hits already for Amy Tan. And again, I know you're going to have to look up what an inner monologue is and what dialogicity is. So look them up. Look them up. I know you don't know what dialogics are, but you can absolutely find those. Okay, so we have 4 hits for Amy Tan. Once again, contradiction in culture, absolutely. Skip the overviews, please. Those are not great. Contradiction in culture, revisiting. Choosing Hope and Remaking Kinship, absolutely. Moving forward to reach the past, absolutely. Memory and ethnic self, absolutely. Only Two Kinds of Daughters, absolutely. Okay? So make sure that you are, all I did was type in Amy Tan and 2 kinds. All right, I'm going to do the same thing with Gilman. I will let you use the Gilman's The Yellow Wallpaper as Centenary. This one's even better, Gilman's Gothic Allegory, Rage and Redemption in the Yellow Wallpaper. This one would be fantastic. Charlotte Perkins Gilman's The Yellow Wallpaper, a symptomatic reading. That's talking about her symptoms and how they appear. So if you're talking about postpartum depression and symptoms, this is going to be talking about her symptoms. Absolutely and fantastic. Who is Jane? The Intricate Feminism of Charlotte Perkins Gilman. Absolutely. I'm going to also do a second search for this, but we've found at least 3 here that you could use. I don't think querying it is going to be what you're looking for, but we found several there. But I'm going to do the Yellow Wallpaper, the short story, and I noticed that came up, so I'm going to search it and see what comes up for that. Managing Madness in Gilman's The Yellow Wallpaper, absolutely. Another fantastic hit. Again, we want to avoid those overviews. Why I wrote The Yellow Wallpaper, absolutely. So we found 5 or 6 here for Gilman. So the first search was Gilman and The Yellow Wallpaper. The second one was just The Yellow Wallpaper. We found 6 usable articles. You only need 2. Okay? And the last one is Ellison. Now, I know for this that you might not find as much on Battle Royale as Invisible Man. So we're going to do 2 searches here on this. Imagery in the Battle Royale chapter of Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man? Absolutely. You could probably use this one, the introduction and Ellison, that talks about that last line in the text, or that next to last line in the text. Ellison in Black and White, Confession, Violence, and Rhetoric in Invisible Man. If it says Invisible Man, please remember that just like Amy Tan's story was part of the Joy Luck Club, Ellison's story is part of Invisible Man, right? So you can use things that are about Invisible Man, okay? All right, chaos and pattern, I don't think so. But the next search so we found, I think, 3 here that were usable under Ellison and Battle Royale. This time I'm going to type in Ellison and Invisible Man. So that, because I think more hits come up. Knucklebones and Knocking Bones, The Accidental Trickster and Ellison's Invisible Man, absolutely. Invisibility Embraced, The Abject as a Site of Agency in Ellison's Invisible Man. Now, I know you're going to need to look up abject and understand what that means, but you can learn. It would be good to learn. then again, we see that hit on the imagery in the Battle Royale chapter of Ellison's Invisible Man. So we found another 2 or 3 hits here. So that brings us to like a good 6 articles, and again, you only need 2. Okay? So, I'm going to stop the share for a second and look everybody in the eye. If you have not found your sources, you're making it too hard. Yes, because what I just did, I did in the video that I already recorded. I recorded this one, but I already did it. I don't know how much more help I can give you in using the database. I can't ethically give you more help in using the database than I've given you. The articles are there. Yes? Go get them. No overviews, though, please. Those are not the level that we're looking for. Okay. I want to get to this for a second. All right, so over and over again, as I've been working with you making models, I want you to notice not just the model's outcome, but the process I used. Have you noticed that? Let me ask it a different way. Every single time we've built a model for a source paragraph, what did I start with? Has anybody picked up on that? What was that, Portia?
I said a topic sentence.
Well, I do start with a topic sentence, but I usually already have something on the page.
Okay, you gather information from bits. You gather bits and pieces and put it on your page, and you kind of incite them in the appropriate places later on.
Right. So when I'm building a source page, and I did this with you last time, when I'm building a source paragraph, I actually start with the 3 quotes I want to use. I copy and paste them into a Word document. I copy and paste the title. I copy and paste the author. I copy and paste the periodical title. And I get all of that on a page by itself. Like just, okay, I'm doing this one paragraph. Let me get my quotes, my author, my title, my periodical. Let me get those all just copied onto the page. And then I start, I'll do my topic sentence, and then I'll use my author and title and periodical that I copied in and turn those into sentences and then get rid of what I copied and pasted, right? But I have them there so I can look at them when I'm introducing them. Or use the copy and paste and then just reformat the font sizes and colors and all that when I'm done, right? Then the next step is to explain why I chose the quotes I chose. I would do the analysis next, and then make sure I've got a quote integration phrase in front of each quote, and make sure my citations are right. But I start by copying and pasting the stuff I want to have into one place so that I can see it. And then I build my paragraph one step at a time. Sometimes I even start just with the quotes and explaining why I chose that quote, right? Because that's a really natural place to start. With my 101 students, that's the way we work it every time. Choose your 3 quotes, explain why you chose those, right? And we start there. And then we go up and we introduce our source, and then we go up and do our topic sentence, right? You don't have to always start with the topic sentence. You can build the paragraph first and then look at the paragraph and design a topic sentence that accurately describes the paragraph you've written, right? So you can work. Remember, your copy and pasting tools are really great. One of the worst things for writing is the blank page, right? You're sitting there going, don't know what to say, right? So start with the quotes that you've pulled. Start with those and start by explaining why you chose them, and then build outward from there, right? Build your source introduction from having copied and pasted the 3 pieces of information that you need, and then turning each one into a sentence, right? If you work methodically and you use your tools like copying and pasting, and you're not starting from a blank page, it's a lot easier to get that writing done, right? When we built that source paragraph, it took less than 10 minutes because I pulled the quotes already. A big part of the paragraph is reading the article and pulling the quotes, right? And then you pull your 3 quotes and you're off and running and you're good, right? when you're looking for quotes, make sure that you're looking for the things you cannot say better yourself, right? And those are the things that are pithy, that means concentrated, and things that didn't occur to you. Things that you didn't think of that you're like, oh wow, I wish I'd thought of that in my close reading, right? You don't want to pick, and this is something to be wary of, you don't want to pick the places where the author that you're writing is quoting everybody else, right? You don't want to pick the part of your author where they're quoting Allison, because you had your chance to quote Allison, right? So don't do that. Don't choose the places where they're quoting other scholars. Each scholar should be making their own contribution and adding their own interpretations of the text, and those are the things you want to quote. Okay, does that make sense? Awesome. Okay, questions about those AVL sources?
Okay, I just want to ask you one question. It's not